Every border tells a story, but some borders never stop arguing back. From the snow peaks of Kashmir to the salt marshes of Gujarat, the line between India and Pakistan is not just geography, it's history that still breathes. And at the edge of that story, where land meets the Arabian Sea, lies a creek of shifting tides, lost maps, and unresolved boundaries. The year was 1947. India had won freedom, but the price was partition. A British lawyer, Sir Cyril Radcliffe, who had never seen India before, was given just 5 weeks to divide an entire subcontinent. He drew borders through villages, farmlands, and rivers with pen strokes that would decide the fate of millions. But his hurried map left behind ghosts, unmarked, confused frontiers, from the peaks of Kashmir in the north to the desolate Rann of Kutch and the Sir Creek in the south. Lines that were meant to end conflict became the reason for new ones. Barely a few months after independence, the First War broke out. 1948, the First Kashmir War. Both nations fought over the princely state of Jammu and Kashmir. The ceasefire left the region divided, a line of control, not a clear border. The pattern was set, a legacy of disputed lines and unfinished maps. And while Kashmir became the headline, far down south, in the marshy silence of Gujarat, another border problem was quietly waiting to erupt: Sir Creek. Sir Creek is a 96-kilometer-long tidal estuary, a narrow waterway where the Rann of Kutch in Gujarat meets Pakistan's Sindh province. It's not solid land. It's mud, tides, and salt, the kind of place where even GPS signals lose confidence. Back in British days, it was just a line between the province of Sindh and the princely state of Kutch. In 1914, the Bombay Presidency issued a resolution marking the boundary, one that Pakistan later used to claim the eastern edge of the creek. But India disagreed, using 1925 maps and the Thalweg Principle, arguing that the border should run through the deepest navigable channel, the middle of the creek. Pakistan countered, "It's not navigable, it's a swamp, so Thalweg doesn't count." And so, the dispute began. To outsiders, Sir Creek might look like a stretch of empty water, but in reality, it's a strategic and economic chessboard. Where the land border ends, the sea boundary begins. Control over Sir Creek decides how far into the Arabian Sea each country's exclusive economic zone, EEZ, extends. That means control over underwater oil, gas, and fisheries. It's also a security hotspot, a maze of mud where infiltration, smuggling, and covert movements are possible. In past incidents, terrorists and smugglers have used this route, slipping through tides that don't care about borders. For both nations, Sir Creek isn't just about territory. It's about access, leverage, and pride. By 1965, tensions flared again, this time in the Rann of Kutch, right next to Sir Creek. Indian and Pakistani troops clashed across the salt desert in a fierce but brief conflict. An international tribunal later settled most of the boundary, but Sir Creek was left out. It remained a no-man's land, disputed, shifting, and ignored. Yet it was in that same year, 1965, that India and Pakistan fought a full-fledged war again. Across multiple fronts, the story of the border once again was written in fire. Decades passed. The wars of 1971 and Kargil in 1999 defined generations. But Sir Creek stayed quietly dangerous. In 1999, a Pakistani Atlantique reconnaissance aircraft was shot down by India near this very area, 16 dead. The message was clear: even a creek can be a flashpoint. Since then, both sides have kept their guards up. Bunkers, radars, and Coast Guard patrols dot the coastline. And yet, hundreds of fishermen from both sides get caught each year, prisoners of an invisible line in the sea. On October 2nd, 2025, Dussehra Day, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh stood at Bhuj military station, just a few miles from the border. Performing the traditional Shastra Puja, he looked into the horizon and declared, "If Pakistan attempts any misadventure in Sir Creek, our response will be so strong, it will change both history and geography." He warned of Pakistan's military buildup, and then added a line that echoed across headlines: "The road to Karachi passes through the creek." It was not just a warning, it was a statement of intent. Analysts called Sir Creek the next flashpoint. Satellite images showed construction, troop movement, and rising rhetoric. What happens next depends on choices, not tides. Both sides step back, using diplomacy and deterrence to prevent escalation. Minor clashes, drone incidents, or maritime arrests test patience but stay limited. If Pakistan attempts aggression in what India considers its area, India may strike hard, not just in the marshes, but possibly toward Karachi, the strategic port city. But the terrain, muddy, shifting, and treacherous, would make any war slow and brutal. From Cyril Radcliffe's pen in 1947 to Rajnath Singh's warning in 2025, the borders of India and Pakistan remain not just lines on a map, but living reminders of history's unfinished business. Sir Creek may look like water and mud, but beneath its tides lie questions of sovereignty, pride, and power. And until those questions are answered, the line that began in 1947 will keep shifting with every tide.